Right then, so finally, episode 4, which has been a long time coming. We're now well into the second week of January now, January 2022. So as you'll guess, there's not a lot been going on for the past month or so, especially with Christmas and the New Year. But today we're en route down to Liverpool, about 50 minutes away from Liverpool, stop for a coffee, to go and meet Ben and pick up the engine. Ben didn't get the parts back for the engine from the powder coat until after Christmas and New Year. So that's been a delay. So I've not at all been able to do anything with the bike. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks now in the lead up to February and getting it on the dyno before I go to Spain next month. So yes, this episode should be about getting the engine back, getting it back in the frame, and looking at getting the bike complete. I might have split it down to 2 episodes, I don't know, it depends on timings. I've still got to pick up parts from Paul once he's finished painting them. I'm looking forward to getting those back, seeing what they look like. But yeah, stay tuned and we'll see how we get on. Right. So as you can see, the engine made it back in one piece and it does look great. It was great to finally meet Ben and chat about all things engines. Just a shout out to Ben, thanks for the updates throughout the whole process with videos, photos, etc. If anyone wants any work done by Ben, head over to his website for some more information. I did manage to get some parts back over the Christmas and New Year period. I sent off the calipers and other parts to Fast Bike Servicing in Catterick, North Yorkshire. And Michael there's completely rebuilt the calipers with a full rebuild kit. He also does Cerakoting at the moment as well. So he's also applied some Cerakote to the calipers, as you can see, in the gold colour. Looks really well, accented by the black surrounds. You can see in there complete new pistons. He's also rebuilt the master cylinder, which you can see on there. We've got a brand new aluminium radiator from SF Parts to replace the original I've got on the bike at the moment. And just to the right there as well, you've got the thermostat, which he's coated in a black also. All looks really well. Could be wrong. So it was then time to move on to the good stuff. We put the side of the frame straight back onto the engine, which assisted with this next bit, which I didn't get involved with at all. This whole process, putting the engine back into the frame, is much easier with 3 people. I've seen various techniques online and various bits of advice online about getting the engine back into the frame. But with 3 of us, 2 of us just offered the engine up to the frame, and I just slotted the brand new engine mount bolts through the frame, through the engine, without much fuss. Took about 5-10 minutes tops, nice and easy. There we go. Oh, yes, no. So this part of the engine, when I sent it off to Ben, was not great. It wasn't in good shape at all. Last season he had various issues with the exhaust blowing. There was no gaskets down there, everything was bent. So when Ben got it, he did say it was a bit of a mess. So he cleaned it all up for me. New parts in there, lots of welding gone on. and now it's completely solid, and I've put some new gaskets in there, so I shouldn't have any further issues with that going forward. For anyone that's looking at racing one of these machines, you are going to have to look at getting some modified headers, and these ones in particular are from Josh Leaning, and they're modified slightly just to assist with ground clearance. The original ones will bottom out on the track. Okay, so with the engine in and the headers on the bike, moved on to the plumbing aspect. Radiator on, nice easy job. Full new hose kit on there too. I am waiting for some clips to arrive because I've misplaced some of them, as you can see. Coils were put back on at the top end along with the thermostat, and hoses attached at that end too. Okay, so that was last night, and we're now the following morning. So we're going to crack on again today, get some electrical work done, get the carbs on, get the airbox in, rear sets. We've got a new battery box to install, and I've just had word from Paul up at North East Customs, and he's finished the paintwork. He sent me some photos. It looks absolutely superb, so we're going to be collecting those tomorrow. So the first job of the day was to install the battery box. This one in particular is from Josh Leaning. He does a couple of versions, this one being the smaller version, and it fits really nicely into the frame, and it gets rid of the original battery box which I was using last year, which was far too large and in a bit of a sorry state. The installation of the box onto the frame itself is made relatively easily with everything that's already there on the frame. So I've just used 3 bolts, 2 at the back and 1 at the front. Following that, I managed to put the carbs and the airbox back onto the bike. New rubbers on there, so it was a nice snug fit. And as you can see, things were starting to take shape fairly quickly. So once we were happy where the battery box was going, it's just a case of popping up a few holes in the back of the box for the rain light. Next up, this gear shaft support. There are a couple of options out there, this one being the Race Talks version, and there is a version from AIM which does appear to be the preferred option. Just trying to eradicate some flex from that long shaft coming from the gearbox. AIM aren't producing them at the moment, so I didn't really have any other choice with regards to options. My concern with this is that it's attached to the water pump, so I'm still undecided as to whether or not I'm going to use it. Just whilst I take you on a quick walk around of the bike, I'd like to say thanks to Josh and Mark Leaning, who have taken my calls over the past day or so. The advice is appreciated. As you can see from that short walk around, we've popped the end cannon onto the bike from Lextech. Also popped the handlebars back on, and before we wrapped up for the evening, popped the switchgear back on, clutch, lever guard and throttle assembly, along with the front master cylinder. All in all, happy with the day's work. And the following morning I popped to North East Customs.
Mm.